Cutting edge scale guys, Nexas here and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video guys, you can see it is Tuesday reset, bringing of course the brand new dawning event, of course the Christmas event we always get every kind of year. And the tower is looking pretty schwanky, and you can already see the big ass peen I got on my back, which is gonna be the brand new weapon to the dawning event. So every season or every dawning event, we always get a new weapon. This is what it's gonna be. It's called the Albedo wing. So this is gonna be an arc glaive. How you are gonna be able to obtain it, of course, is by doing the events. Now, you can focus it a bit, of course, with Ava once you kind of get obviously all the unlocks from the event. But how you get your first one is, of course, gonna be through these event challenges. So there's two different ways. There is one which is chucking a bunch of snowballs, which is the one I completed, which will be over here somewhere. So yeah, I got 100 snowball final blows to get my first one, and then you can get another one as well if you defeat combatants or guardians with arc weapons or abilities. I don't know how much you have to kill, but this is the best way, of course, to get your first one. And then after that, you can basically unlock, of course, these sorts of achievements here, which then will let you kind of focus out for obviously random rolls and everything like that. So doing the event, you would, of course, be able to kind of get your god roll on this, but the Albedo itself, I'm just going to run away from freaking Ava because she doesn't shut the hell up when you're standing beside her. But the new weapon is, of course, going to be this Albedo wing. And what it's going to have rolls-wise is everything you do see on the screen right now. So it's going to have that demolitionist going for it. It's going to have, of course, the clown cartridge, which is pretty interesting. It's going to have keep away. You can see in my roll, it's going to have, of course, grave robber. It will have the beacon rounds too, which is a brand new sort of perk they brought into the game. Because this is a dawning event weapon, it will, of course, have this ardent trait, dawning surprise. Rapidly defeating targets awards a dawning gift. Defeated powerful targets count as more than one. And what this is basically is it drops like an orb of power, but it's not really an orb of power. It drops an orb that gives you basically some energy for your melee and for your grenade and everything. It is going to be on all the dawning weapons though, and obviously because this is a hacke weapon, it will have the breach armaments. But what I will give this is that it's going to be an aggressive glaive, which is not many. I think there's only one other one that's aggressive in the game, the solar one, Judgment of Kelgaroth, and obviously this is going to be arc version of that. So for that reason, you might want to get it. And also I would always get a roll of dawning event weapons because this is a once in the year thing. If you do miss this now, Fomo occurs. You will not be able to get this until the next dawning event. And also the fact that they might buff glaives again depending on archetypes. This is one to kind of pick up because it is going to be aggressively arced. But we are going to showcase what this is like in both PvP and PvE and everything. The Albedo wing, new dawning event weapon, we have it here. So without further ado, let's go on some PvP with the Albedo wing glaive. Alrighty, so we are of course gonna be on the Citadel, which is the whole map coming back with our glaive. We're gonna be going in with Albedo wing. Now I am on my hunter because I want to showcase this with the Triton Vice, which is of course gonna be oh my god, I forgot this. Oh, this is girl survived. But this is gonna be of course what it's like on with the Triton's Vice. So it means that I have better melee when I'm surrounded. Of course I've got better reload, and also if I kill someone with an arc subclass, it will make them will make my freaking thing blow up and everything now, buddy. Oh my god. Oh, this gives you sharp touch. I actually didn't know that. But that is going to be the glaive. Of course, it's still going to be 3-tap melee. And that's why even if it's aggressive framed, it might do a little bit more damage. But it's still going to be the three wombo combo sort of thing. But obviously, I do love glaives and everything. I think they can kind of go in. And obviously, being able to 2-tap like this can be really, really freaking nice. Like, I will say, oh, buddy. No! It was freaking conditional. The one thing that can counter my ass there with the shield, the legit one thing, and it's the freaking conditional finality. Oh my god, of course he has that, of course, why not? But yeah, this glaive should be pretty nice and everything, and with the buffs that glaives did get, you'll see you'll have the shields kind of going the whole time. They have buffed them a little bit, so it means that we'll get this guy real quick and we get the melees going. But it means that you can have your shields go and recharge. You can see it's somewhat charging really slowly now, but it does charge a little bit now and everything as well. And shields don't do as much in terms of blocking, so you can see you can get blasted still by the shields. It used to be really actually strong with the shields. You used to legit not be able to kill someone. I think it was what, 90% reduction or something. Well, I will say glaives are definitely I'd say niche sort of weaponry. People who love them, don't get me wrong. I know Zay freaking loves this thing. Glaives got a really niche weapon, I'm not gonna lie. They are niche for people to use them, but I do think if you can master a glaive, you can be one of the most annoying people in the world. Obviously, shotguns are gonna wreck my ass. But yeah, the best way to use these sorts of glaives is gonna, of course, ooh, you can actually blast them. There's the explosion too. The best way to use these glaives though is gonna pretty much be to kind of shoot at people and yo, what the, buddy. But it's going to be to shoot at people, and of course then melee. Obviously range is going to be permitting, and oh my god, actually to get him, I would have been so mad at ranged. It is, as I said though, it is very niche. Like, you can do well with these, don't get me wrong, but you have to master the freaking glaives, okay? You're not going to be just going around. What the? Yo, game? Oh my god, he's lagging his ass off. But you're not going to be quickly just absolutely nailing people consistently with these. You got to get used to them and everything. Close to melee is going to be nice, though. You can see I get the extra little bit of damage, but you're going to have to really kind of get used to these and hope that nobody is just going to rush around with shotguns like this. And he's died. Oh, here we go. Oh my god, I hit him. That's the laggy dude, though. My good god, Bungie, come on. Where is the connection-based matchmaking that I'm meant to have? Unless you really play into them really well, you're gonna struggle to see value in a lot of high-end sort of stuff, especially with the shield nerf. Shield was, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty insane how much you could tank, but oh, there's the one kill. But obviously, how much you could tank was insane, but I think that with the changes that have happened to it, it does give you a lot less value than you used to have. Now, where the hell is this guy? This guy is just jiggle peeking me. Oh my god, there's a hit though. Oh, hit him. No, he's actually gonna get away on me. Oh, guys, could someone help brother out? I'm getting spammed. I have no ammo, actually. Whoops. Ah, that's a shotgun. Die, please. Thank you. And we get the ammo real quick. Oh. I missed a shot. We got him out. Guys, run. Oh, actually, I got my super. No running, boys. No freaking running. Gonna be a couple more chachos up here, though. Buddy. Stay still from buddy. Oh my god, I'm missing every shot. Buddy, kill him. Thank you. I do my super as well, though. We're gonna get this guy real quick. Please stop sucking me in. Oh my god, get me out. Oh my god, I don't know how I'm alive. But yeah, as I said, this is gonna be a really interesting sort of, as I said, glaive. You can do work and everything like that. And when you get your shots in, it's actually not the worst. Now, buddy. Oh, no, I missed the shot. Oh, no, did he get the assist? Are you for real? Oh, no. Oh, Duke, do something. Where is he at, boys? Where's he at? Oh, get his ass. Thank you. My god, we just triple tapped each other. Oh my god, I'm so freaking weak. But yeah, as I said, it is a really interesting sort of weapon. It's just, I don't think it's going to overtake sort of other kind of glaives you have going because... What the? Yo, buddy, shoot! Oh, I did melee twice. What? Oh my god. This is what I mean. You got to get used to it. But yeah, the fact that this is arc, it definitely puts a damper on this one. I think if it was stasis something, it would have been really interesting. Imagine with the cold steel. So every time you melee, you kind of slow things. I think that would have been really nice. And this conditional guy, he got me again with the stupid ass thing. So I definitely will say that you're going to struggle to kind of see a ton of value with this sort of weapon. The damage is nice for that sort of stuff. And of course, killing people with the arc kind of side of this with the Triton's Vice is actually kind of nice. And you can do stuff like that. But I definitely will say that you're going to have way more freaking success with more other special weapons. Well, that is going to be game, set, and match, as I said, with the Glaive and everything. The Albedo, as I said, it's not bad. It's an aggressive frame and everything. But I do honestly think that it's super niche. And I mean, unless you're really going to play into Glaives and everything, it can be fun. Don't get me wrong. I do think Glaives have a really cool kind of playstyle. But I just think that currently you're better in the game. And I think you've got things you can kind of craft, like Nezaric's Whisper and everything. That might just be better for PvP. PvE, this could be solid, but PvP, there's definitely probably better ones in the game at the moment. Alrighty, time for the PvE side of things. Of course, with the little glaive that could. And this is where it's going to be a lot more interesting. Aggressive framed, so it's going to do some juicy damage. And with, of course, the Triton's Glaive on this, with the Hunter, or what's called the Triton's Vice, you'll see that things will start to explode every time I get a kill with the energy weapon. Because obviously, Triton's Vice basically makes your final blows explode if you have the magic subclass. So in PvE, it can honestly be really nice, and obviously getting melee kills and everything will overflow my magazine too, but I honestly do think PvE is where this is going to see its best effect and everything like that. I mean, it's going to do well PvP, as I said. Glaives are acquired taste, but you can do pretty well with them, like they're not bad. But definitely when it comes to PvE, that's where you're going to see the juiciness. Of course, we're close to melee and everything kind of going as well. We'll just shoot this thing and everything explodes. But yeah, we're close to melee, of course, do extra melee damage and everything too. And I honestly do think, because it's arc, especially with a Hunter, it'll go in pretty damn freaking well with the melee builds and everything. I will definitely say though that PvP does struggle a little bit, just because obviously there is other glaives that are arc at the moment that can actually do well. And I know this has Tricore and everything, which could make you probably one tap in PvP, but the thing is that you're not going to get the Tricorn by 2. And 1 stack won't be enough to freaking obviously 1-tap PvP. Maybe if you got a 2-step, you will be able to. But of course, it's going to struggle a little bit because obviously, yeah, I mean, you're not going to go on Tricorn by 2 that often. It's really hard to actually kind of get it going. I will still say, though, it's still hella fun. I do think Glaives are one of these sort of subclasses. Oh, get rid of this thing. I didn't think Glaives, though, are like it's like these weapons that can just be really, really niche, but super fun when you play around with them and everything. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't give this they give it stasis and give it like cold steel or anything like that, because that would have made it so much better. It would have actually tied in really well, of course, with dawning being Christmas and everything like that. And like what we have, stay frosty, cold front, all of them are usually stasis. It would have been really cool for that, but I still do think that it's going to be worth getting anyway, because it is an arc aggressive, which there is none in the game of, unless you go obviously exotic wise. It's always worth picking up, especially when Fomo is a thing on these dawning event weapons. You always want to get weapons like this, because otherwise the freaking Fomo will absolutely kill you. I am sort of surprised though that this doesn't have any sort of like real damage increasing perks. I know it has the golden tricorn, but that's pretty much it. I thought it would have like surrounded or something, maybe even the what's it called, kill clip or something like that, because you can get that in the Netherite Whisper. I know this is aggressive frames, so maybe they don't want to get that much extra damage, but I do think it is kind of strange that you didn't get any of that. As I said, it is nice of course to get kills with this, to get them exploding with the Triton's Vice, but I have to like spec in to kind of get that going. Now that's a snowball. But I gotta have to spec into the weapon and into, of course, the Vice to try to get that going with, of course, the explosions. If you don't use a Triton's Vice, you don't get any explosions or anything like that. There's no real, like, obviously you can't get incandescent. It doesn't have Vault Shot either, which would have been really cool as well. I just think that there's definitely a lot of missed opportunities with this weapon for being like such a, obviously, an event sort of weapon. Of course, when I get surrounded and everything, my melee damage will increase and everything like that too. And obviously we're close to melee, I can get the damage going really, really well. So it might be nice for that, especially if you want to go for things like Synthoceps and everything as well. It could be really, really cool for that. I'm pretty sure they still work together, right? But I do think that overall it's not as bad. It's just they had so much more potential. As I said, obviously going in with the Vault Shot would have been really cool. Golden Tricord isn't bad, but it's hard to kind of get procced and everything. There's been a couple of weapons this season where Bungie could give it something god tier, and they just like don't give it to it. Now obviously you can see with the close to melee, you can just keep meleeing things and absolutely dropping them. But I will definitely say, like, without these Triton's Vice, this would definitely be kind of a little bit under par and stuff like that. I think it would struggle a little bit more. The damage is of course going to be nice because it is of course a glaive and everything, but I barely even see the freaking, the Ardent Ray proc. This is meant to have that dawning surprise, but I can barely ever see it. It's the legit little orb that pops up. Maybe I need to get kills with the actual glaive, but it's just, I just don't know. I just think that they definitely just missed the freaking ball on this one. They could have made it so much more juicier, so much better. Made it even stay strength, but they could have just made this better. Oh, we get this guy do, and look at the damage. As I said, the damage on Glaives actually isn't too bad. We'll just reload real quick. But the damage on Glaives actually isn't too bad either. As I said, if you kind of spec into them as well with the Triton's Vice, you can get some freaking good damage going. It's just, as I said, that... Oh, we'll kill this thing real quick, though. As I said, it's just that they could have given us some, like, obviously stasis perks and everything. If they added the stasis weapon, it would have been a lot cooler and everything. Just think, yeah, overall, it's just kind of... it's really fun to kind of go in with. It's really unique in terms of aggressive framed arc sort of Glaive. But for the most part, you probably already have freaking Glaives like this that can do work. As I said, the Whisper and all them, they're already sort of here. Well, that's it for me. And of course, the Albedo wing itself. This is going to be the brand new Dawning event weapon and everything. And as I said, it's a really interesting one. And it's probably one you might want to get for FOMO reasons, just because it is an aggressive Glaive. So it's aggressive framed arc too. So there's only one other one in the game, I'm pretty sure, bar the exotic ones, that is going to be the Judgment of Kelgaroth, which was an old seasonal weapon. That's a solar version though. It is craftable and everything, but that is solar. And you can't really farm out for that too much anymore. It is a solar version though as well, meaning that this is the only arc aggressive Glaive right now that is legendary. And it's worth getting in that sense. Is it worth getting in terms of meta or anything like that? No, right now, because Glaives aren't exactly meta, first of all. And also, you got things like the Netherite Whisper, which is, of course, craftable and has really good rolls as well. I think the fact that this doesn't have Vault Shot, again, I think weapons, when they come out now, they kind of need to have one of the like the 3.0 perks, so either Vault Shot, Volatile, or else Incandescent. This doesn't have either. It doesn't really have much damage increasing perks either, other than Golden Tricorn. But I just will say overall that it's a really cool sort of weapon and everything. It's worth getting a roll for the collections. But I wouldn't be sitting here saying that you're missing out on the meta unless you get this straight away. Because right now, it's a really niche sort of weapon. It'll be fun for Glaive users. But I think aggressive Glaives, when it comes to PvP, they're pretty much the same thing. Bar, of course, the Judgment Kelgaroth with Surround, you can start to one-tap. But they're kind of the same as the Adaptive Glaives, that they all take 3 hits, of course, kinetic-wise. Usually when you get the damage going in, it'll still do a 2-shot energy-wise. Shields are generally the same as well, so PvP is going to be much the same as your adaptives and everything, so Netherite Whisper will be better. And then when it comes to PvE, it is fun, don't get me wrong, the damage is definitely going to be there. But the fact, as I said, it doesn't have any of those like vault shots or whatever is kind of disheartening. I know obviously with the Triton's Vice, it was pretty cool. This is the exotic, as I said, on Hunters. It actually makes Glaives really, really useful and really good in PvE and everything. But I will just say overall, to have an exotic to kind of save this out of being not like the best sort of glaive in the world, it doesn't really bode well for the weapon. The Albedo wing, as I said, get it for the collections, but I would not be sitting here going, you're missing out in the meta. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like, and release more content, subscribe, have a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.